Jason was my son, and today is his birthday.
Hello everybody, today I am making a video talking about the top 5 list of Friday the 13th films. Okay, we're gonna get right into the video. Coming in at number 5 is Friday the 13th, 2009. So, getting into this movie, I didn't really watch this movie growing up. I didn't know really a lot about it. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for having this on my list because this movie is so hated in the Jason community, but I don't understand why, because this movie was so much better than the first movie, actually. Because the first movie doesn't really introduce Jason, it just introduces the mom, and I know that that's where they were trying to go with it. They weren't going to do a whole Jason, but I think it was better than the first one, honest to God. But there's not really a lot to say about this. I do love the kills in this movie. They're actually really good. And that's pretty much all I have to say. The only thing that I hate about this movie is how it drags out, the bad acting, and I just kind of liked it. The way that Jason looked was fucking badass, okay? He looked insane. You guys have to admit it. Okay, so that's the end of that one. I'm gonna rate it maybe a 2 stars out of 10. On to the next one. Coming in at number 4 is Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. And no, I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this one because I know there's a lot of hate for this one besides the 2009 reboot. But this movie, honest to God, I watched it again and it was not bad at all, and I'm not even lying to you guys. If you guys were to rewatch it, not going into the movie, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna hate it. Go into the movie with high hopes, because if you do, then, I mean, you're probably gonna get somewhere. But the reason why I put this on the list at number 4 is because it does so well. And they kind of did like what Ghostface did in the Scream movies, where it was like a mysterious killer and we didn't know who it was. I really like seeing that with the Jason franchise, and I feel like they did a really good job with it, having Roy as the killer and not Jason. Like I said, there's nothing really to talk about with this movie or the 2009 reboot, but for the other ones that are on this list, I have a lot to talk about. But we're going to talk about it a little bit more. A New Beginning was just kind of decent in my opinion. I liked it a little bit better than the 2009 reboot. And you guys are probably wondering, like, why did you put these two on your list then? I just didn't really care for the other movies as much. The final chapter was going to get put on this list, where it was like young Tommy. And it was going to get put on this list, but then I was like, you know what? No, that has way too much attention. Okay, I'm sorry. But A New Beginning was not bad at all. I do give it praise. It was a really good attempt to try and be something that it's not. Coming in at number 3 is one of my all-time favorite crossovers of all time, and that is Freddy vs. Jason.
Freddy vs. Jason.
So the reason why I picked Freddy vs. Jason for my number 3 is because I grew up with this movie. The first ever Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street movie I watched growing up was Freddy vs. Jason. And oh my God, you guys, it lived up to my dreams, okay? This movie was so good. The only thing I didn't like about it was the acting. Of course, there's gonna be movies here and there who have bad acting. But when it comes to this one, it has a special little treat in my heart where every single person in this movie is kind of bad, except for the guy who plays Dipper. And yes, I don't know his name. I'm just gonna keep calling him Dipper. I'm sorry. But this movie actually did really good. The thing that I like most about this one is that they made Jason actually look pretty badass. Compared to the 2009 reboot, I feel like Jason from Freddy vs. Jason was actually really cool looking. I like how one eye was like kind of like that. And it's an iconic Jason. I really wish that they were to put it in the game before all the lawsuits happened, but they didn't. Another thing that I really loved about this is like the interaction between Freddy vs. Jason, because it's actually like, when Freddy and Jason are on screen together, it's like my heart is literally filling up with blood. Like, that's how amazing it is. There's just so many things that are actually good about this movie, but there is a lot of criticism for it because of how dragged out it was. And I know it was dragged out, but I mean, honestly, my voice just gave out. What the fuck was that? But honestly, I mean, it's not as bad as other things that I've seen in my movie career. Another good thing that I really liked about this movie was, I mean, there's not really a lot of good things about it. The only good things that that I could say were the kills, obviously. The way that they both look in this movie, Freddy and Jason, they look badass. And just the fight scene. Those are the best things about this movie. And, I mean, yeah, the cast was actually, it was decent. It wasn't the best. Sadly, my favorite character, I can't remember her name, but she was sassy as fuck. I loved her. And I can't remember her name because that's how actually forgettable the characters are in this movie. We're gonna go on to the next one. And at number 2 is Friday the 13th, Jason Lives. So something that I liked about this was how insane it was. Jason Lives was one of the best Friday the 13th movies where it was grown-up Tommy, and he was a badass in this movie. He literally lived up to his wildest dreams. Now, I loved it. I loved it so much, you guys. You guys don't understand how much I loved this movie. When I showed my best friend Wesley this movie, he was freaking out at how amazing it was. First of all, the kills were amazing, the cast was amazing, the characters were amazing, same thing. The plot was amazing, the ending was amazing. Everything was so great about this movie, but it was nothing compared to what I picked for my number 1. And the plot for this movie was actually just really amazing, and how Tommy is just getting his revenge on Jason for fucking up his childhood. Like, he literally yanked his childhood away from him, from just killing all those people at the Jarvis house. And that's why I like it. It was just such a good movie. Oh my gosh. Oh, these Jason movies that I'm talking about are so delicious. Coming in at number 1 is Friday the 13th, The New Blood.
Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood.
Now, you guys are probably so confused. Why the fuck did you pick this? First of all, bitch, let me talk. Okay, the reason why I picked this is because this is the movie that stood out to me the most out of the entire franchise. I watched all these Jason movies last year in 3 days. And out of all of them, the one that really reeled me in was The New Blood, okay? The reason why I liked it is because we actually have a new character, and she has telekinetic powers. And she uses those powers against Jason. It's like Jason is so fucking confused in this movie. He's like, bitch, how the fuck are you doing this? It was really funny to see Jason's reactions because his mask was off some of the time, and you could tell in his eyes, he was like, what the fuck is this? The backstory was pretty decent of how, you know, all that happened in the beginning. I'm not going to spoil it because you just go watch it. The thing that I really liked was the way Jason looks. This Jason, I know I said that the Jason in 2009 and Freddy vs. Jason look really amazing, but in this one in particular, you guys, is fucking amazing, okay? This Jason looks so badass, and I loved it. And then it leads up to one of the worst movies in the franchise, which is the Manhattan one. Oh my god, don't even get me fucking started. Anyways, don't even get me started, bitch. Oh, it's terrible. Just a lot of things that happened in this movie really reeled me in. It does kind of drag out a little bit. It just kind of gets boring after a little while. But when you, like, set yourself up for, like, oh, maybe it's gonna be good, just keep watching it and watching it and watching it until it happens, where it's like the big scene. And that is pretty much my top 5 list of the best Jason Voorhees movies. I was gonna say best Friday the 13th, and then I, like, stuttered. These are why am I saying that? These are my favorite Friday the 13th movies out of all of them. And the reason why I picked A New Beginning, some of them are actually pretty bad on my list, but that's why I like them, is because I'm like nobody else. I actually like everything. Except for Manhattan. Like, what the fuck is that? And besides, Jason Goes to Hell, and that, oh Jesus, oh no. And I don't know, I really like all these movies that I picked. I was like contemplating if I should like switch out 2009 with Jason X, I don't know. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, what is your guys' favorite Jason movie? And thank you guys so much for watching this, because if you didn't, I would literally just call up Jason right now, have him go to your house and kill you. Thank you guys so much, peace out. Mwah. Okay, So, happy Friday the 13th, by the way, too. Bye!